Oké, Davy. Ik zie beeld, hè, dus ik zie uw scherm. Hè.
Welcome everybody at the International Press Conference of the AG Memorial Fund. That will start in about 5 minutes. Small change. We'll start with meeting Director Cedric with his preview to the meeting for a few moments, and then we'll continue with both athletes, Armand Duplantis and Nafissatou Thiam, on stage.
Mondo, you prefer Mondo? Okay. And you say it, and you gotta put it.
Kim, will you first start with asking me a few questions about the meeting, some general questions?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Press conference of the IAAF Diamond League Final in Brussels, the AG Memorial Van Dam. After a long season that started in May in Shanghai with a total of 12 meetings as the road to the final, the IAAF Diamond League 2018 comes to an end tonight in Zurich and tomorrow here in Brussels. We will see in both finals the best ranked athletes in their discipline. 16 winners in each meeting and city, so a total of 32 Diamond League champions will receive a diamond trophy. We are very, very happy to present to you tomorrow this best of the best of this season. We will start our interview while we wait a little bit for Nafi to come. We'll start our interview with our young, dynamic, charismatic meeting director, Cedric van Branthem. Cedric, welcome.
Thank you.
Are you happy with what this meeting has to offer tomorrow?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's always a very great honor to be the final of the Diamond League. As you said it, we had a very good season, a special season, because for a lot of the American athletes, the Kenyan athletes, African athletes, they didn't have big championships, but we had tremendous European championships. I mean, we have one of the big new coming stars and European champions next to us with Mondo. Welcome, Mondo. Great to have you here. But I think in general, it's just great. I just got a paper from our team, and just to give some numbers, we have 12 Olympic champions, not from the last Olympics, obviously, but 28 world champions, 16 European champions from this year, from the European Championships. So I think it's quite impressive numbers. And weather looks quite good, so I think we can expect some high jumping and fast running.
Okay, what will be your favorite competitions tomorrow?
Well, I think there's two things I look forward to, indeed. I really look forward to the pole vault. You're going to talk a lot about this with Mondo, but it's an exceptional field. There's 7 guys in this field that have jumped more than 6 meters already. So there's the young guys that are challenging the older guys. You have Sam Kendricks, of course, Renault, who's still really a big name in the sport, but Mondo, who's challenging the guys, together with Timur Morganov. Another thing I'm really looking forward to is the Belgians. We have a very big group of Belgians. Even though we are the final, we can put in some wild cards. So we have 19 Belgians participating. And of course, being an ex-400 meter runner myself, I really look forward to the quarter mile races. The race with the Borlée brothers and with Jonathan Sakor is one to look forward to. The 100 meter is going to be very quick. Baker was here on the stage yesterday. He said he's very excited to run quick. Last week only he did his PB, so let's hope he can go even quicker here in good conditions. So I would say my top events I'm going to look forward to as a sprinter is the sprint events, 200 meter with Shawnee and the pole vault for sure.
Okay, I totally agree. Like every year, the AG Memorial Van Damme has more to offer than just athletics, and there will be also a lot of other entertainment, like the medal parade. Will there be a medal parade again?
The Memorial Van Damme has always been a very big mix with show and music, and so as every year we end the meeting with the Diamond League ceremony first, of course, to crown the diamonds. But then we have a concert with our live band, a laser show that's new for this year, so I'm very curious what is going to be the laser show in the stadium. Fireworks like always, and in the pre-program we have quite famous Belgian DJ, The Magician, that's going to do a set. And with a very special opening ceremony, just like you said it. I mean, Belgium had exceptional results in the past European Championships, in sports in general this summer. So instead of putting the international stars in the car parade, we for once chose to put all the Belgians in there. So a lot of our Belgian medalists are going to be there. All our athletics medalists with Kounard, Bashir, Nafi, the Tornadoes, but also Nina Derwaal. And we even have Coach Roberto Martinez from the Belgian Red Devils that's going to come and represent the 3rd place of our national football team. So it's really fun that we can combine all the sports.
Wow, I didn't know that. Great. The AG Memorial Van Damme will be the kickoff of Playthrough Day, a campaign supported by WADA that promotes a doping-free sport. Can you explain us a little bit? Yeah,
just a short word on this. So the WADA worldwide has a weekend that they really want to put forward clean sports and ethical sports. This weekend in Belgium, it's the Playthrough weekend. So it's really sensibilization for younger athletes, older athletes of course as well, but especially younger athletes, how to deal with clean sports. And they asked us if we want to collaborate, and of course, as the AG Memorial Van Damme, we are very supportive of clean sports. Being an ex-athlete myself, yourself, Mondo still at the start of his career, we cannot be against this. So we will be the kickoff of the Playthrough weekend. So we will see some lead boarding, some messages on the screen, and there will be some activation around the stadium to get the people know this campaign.
Okay, that's a great initiative. And also in a few hours, we kick off the meeting with the IAAF Diamond League Final of the shot put women at the Grand Place in the city center.
Yes, indeed. So it starts at 5 o'clock, the IAAF Diamond League Final starts. Just here, 500 meter away, we have the iconically Grand Place Center Brussels, and the shot put women are going to kick off. It's a tradition, it's the 3rd year in a row we bring the shot put out of the stadium. I think it's great. I mean, vaulters know the feeling as well to be in the city center, to have the crowd very close. So now we do it with the shot putters. So I'm really excited to sit here to announce all this to you guys, to listen to what Mondo has to say now, and to see the shot put. So please, after you asked all your questions to Mondo, and then Nafi, that's a little bit delayed, she said, but she's going to be here any minute. I invite you all to come and see the shot put. Maybe one last thing I would like to add before I give the stage to the athletes is to all my Belgian friends, journalists, to please make the people aware in your newspapers that they come in time, because it's incredible, a lot of traffic works, and we don't want the stadium to be empty at 8 o'clock because of all the traffic on the E40 from Leuven and on the E313, etc. So it would be great help if you can help to spread this message. So thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you very much, Cedric. Like Cedric said, we will wait a little bit for Nafi to come.
we can start with Mondo. I mean, we're not going to let him wait. So after Mondo and Nafi will join later as well, I'm around, so I'm ready to go with you guys through the start lists. We're just going to listen to the athletes first, but then we can maybe go event by event and just see what to expect and some more specific questions. But I see a very anxious young man to answer the questions. Thanks a lot, Mondo, that you're here. He just flew in from the States. His school started already, so we're really, really pleased that you're here with us. Thank you, Kim.
Yeah. A warm welcome, Armand Duplantis, for being here. Yeah, we talked about the best of the best, and wow, what a champion do we have here with us. You had an amazing result in the European Championships, and you flew right back to the US to start your college again. You came back. Thank you for coming back today. Have you had any time to reflect on that great performance at 6:05 that you jumped in Berlin?
You know, I was kind of thinking about that the other day because I felt like I grew up just watching videos of people jumping 6 meters and just kind of thinking about how great they were and how just kind of magical of a number it is or was. And, you know, I think I still can't kind of get my head around that I jumped that 6 meter mark. And, you know, especially the European gold also, it still kind of seems a little unreal to me, and I don't think it's quite sunk in. Maybe after this meet and my season's kind of over, then maybe I'll kind of have a little more time. But, you know, right now, it happens so quickly, you know, when you go from 593 to 605 in the matter of a couple 20 minutes, that it's hard. But, you know, I think as an athlete, you live for that perfect night, and I think in Berlin I had pretty close to perfect night.
Can you explain what happened in Berlin? What is that made it so magical?
I don't know. I think it was just kind of one of those things like Renault's indoor meet in Clermont, where just kind of everybody was jumping good, the conditions were good, the crowd was great, and I just think everybody was kind of thriving off each other's energy, and kind of just, you're jumping good, I'm jumping good, and everybody's kind of jumping good because everybody's jumping good. Yeah. And, you know, because, I mean, I wouldn't have jumped 6:05 if Timur didn't jump 6 meters, and maybe not 6 meters if Renault didn't make 95. So I think it kind of competition.
You pushed each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Are you aware of the fuss that has been following your title and your great performance?
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
You're a big star now.
No.
The whole world knows you now.
Well, I don't know about that, but yeah. I mean, I go on Instagram, I check my phone, and it's all blowing up and stuff. So that's about the most I know. But you know, it was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't write the papers or anything, and I don't usually read too many of them. But you know, it was. I don't know. It was a great night for sure.
And are you happy with your Diamond League season so far? You participated 3 times, and you won in front of your home crowd in Stockholm. You became 2nd in Paris and 3rd in London. Are you satisfied with your Diamond League meetings?
Yeah, I think I've competed pretty well on the Diamond League meets this year, but you know, this meet is a little different than most of them. I think that, you know, 2nd place and 3rd place was good in Paris and London, but I think this one is kind of the most important thing is kind of this thing right here, yeah. And it's not kind of like your typical championship meet to where, you know, you're trying to take a medal. It's kind of just almost a little bit, not quite, but kind of a little bit, kind of win or nothing. And so, you know, everybody's going to be going for this trophy right here. And, you know, I think it's going to be kind of similar to Berlin, where everybody's just pushing each other to really high heights, and it's going to be very difficult to win it. And I think that there's a lot of different vaulters that can win it, a lot of just great ones that, you know, who it's just whoever shows up tomorrow and whoever really wants it the most, I think, is going to take it. And, yeah, I think it's going to take really high to win it.
Yes, and the memorial, the AG Memorial Van Damme, has a traditional and a wonderful track record when it comes to pole vault. Bubka and La Villeneuve enjoyed the crowd many times here. Yelena Izimbayeva jumped to record heights here in Brussels. And like you said, tomorrow you will compete among 7 6-meter guys. I think everybody is looking very much forward to that competition. Do you feel ready?
Yeah, you know, I still feel like I'm in good shape, you know. I mean, I was trying to peak at the European Championships, but it was only 2 weeks ago, and so I still feel good. I still feel like I can jump high, you know. I don't really have a clue on what that would be because, you know, I guess you kind of just have to take whatever the day gives you, and you know, I just know that it's going to be really high and that there's going to be a lot of jumpers that are ready to jump really high.
The meeting record is 5:96. Do you think it will be necessary to beat the meeting record to win?
Yeah,
tomorrow in Brussels.
Yeah, I think that it'll be right at that. I think that the winning height will be around there, and the meeting record for sure in danger.
Mondo, almost 30 years ago, I don't know if you know that, but back in 1989, your father, Greg, became 6th here at this meeting. Do you have any clue how high he jumped then?
Probably not too high. No, I would say maybe, am I supposed to guess?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, if you don't know, you can guess.
You have the number?
What?
You have the number on the paper?
Yes, I have it on my paper.
Okay. 550?
Correct. Yeah, it was 550. And how old were you when you jumped 550?
16.
16. Yeah.
Why are you doing that to my dad right now? It's not. That's messed up.
No, it's amazing. I watched yesterday the little YouTube video with your progression, and it's truly amazing. It's truly amazing. Well, yeah, thank you, Armand. Are there any other questions for Mondo Duplantis? Yes.
Sorry, I was expecting a microphone. Mondo, you started at LSU. How's that going to work with your training? And can you just clarify? Are you on a scholarship or have you turned pro? Because tomorrow night you could win $50,000.
I'm still on scholarship in college, and my parents are getting together with the coaches, and they're helping each other out on a workout plan. You know, it won't be a huge change from last year, you know, because obviously, or this year I guess still, and I mean this year it worked well. I improved a lot physically and technically also, and so it's not going to be a huge change. Just, you know, better facilities, better access to kind of things I need to improve, and but yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just have to see what happens tomorrow.
Have you decided a major?
A major? No, I don't really know what I'm going to study yet.
Does that mean the fact that you're still on scholarship that you can earn those $50,000? What are the rules?
The NCAA has a lot of rules, you know. I don't know every rule they have, but yeah, I don't think I can immediately accept the money right now. Yeah, if I were to win, of course.
In Sweden this weekend we have the traditional teamkampen. Can you tell us through why you can't compete this year and how you look at this competition?
Well, yeah, I know it's. I wish it could just be on like another weekend, but this was last year, I competed in Lausanne, and then the next morning, early in the morning, I flew to Poros, I think it was, for for this meet I was competing for Uppsala, and you know, I think it really took a toll on my body, and you know, it was really hard to compete that day, and then the next day competing in another meet, and you know, I just didn't want to risk anything. I didn't want to kind of stress it out to compete in this meet, and Colin told me that, you know, this is not the big issue right now, you know, just go compete in this. You'll have a lot more FinComs to compete in, especially when you're not studying. And yeah, she was very supportive about it. And, you know, yeah, I guess she just kind of told me not to stress too much about it, even though, you know, I really did want to compete there, but, you know, it didn't work out too well.
About what your earliest recollections of that were when you started out as a child?
You know, I still feel pretty young, and I just feel like when I started pole vaulting when I was about 4 years old in my backyard, it just feels like everything I'm doing now is pretty much the same. It's just that more people come and watch me, and I'm jumping a lot higher. And yeah, you know, it's the same love that I had for it when I was 4 years old when I started. And, you know, I don't think that's ever going to really change. And it's great that I can compete at such fantastic meets like this now. And I definitely wouldn't expect it to be here when I was a couple years ago. I didn't expect it to be here.
Actually, what's unfolding now is all part of a grand plan, and that, you know, you were vaulting at the age of 4, you were watching videos of guys vaulting 6 meters years and years ago. Do you sometimes feel like a bit of a lab rat, almost, that's actually worked out really well?
A lab rat. But no, lab rat just seems, it doesn't seem like the right phrase. Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
He was 7. Yep. Guess what? He's winning European titles at 17. You've been doing it since you were 4, and you're European champion at 18.
But it wasn't. I mean, it's just like anybody that plays football or anything. You know, all Ronaldo and them, they all started when they were 4 years old. It's just I started in kind of a unique sport that not many people start very young, and you know, I'm not the only athlete to kind of that started at a very young age at their sport. It's just that not everybody starts pole vaulting when they're 4 years old, and not anybody has a pole vaulting set up in their backyard. And so I guess it's worked out so far, yeah.
Imagine yourself doing anything else but this.
No, not really. You know, I've been doing it for so long, and I've kind of had these goals that I've wanted to achieve. And, you know, I've been very motivated ever since a very young age. And, yeah, no, I think I've kind of visualized myself being a pole vaulter, being on stages like this tomorrow for a really long time. Yeah, it was fantastic, you know, having kind of the people that you've been competing with all season, or not all of them, but a good bit of them, because, you know, it was such a stacked field, that European Championship pole vault. And, you know, it's kind of this great balance between, you know, kind of friends, but we also want to beat each other, and, you know, it's kind of not, I guess, being respectful to each other during the meet. And, you know, we're there for a very long time, so, I mean, it could be up to 3 hours, sometimes the whole competition, so, you know, we don't have much to do other than just communicate a little bit, and, you know, I guess have a little fun while we're there. And it's this year has definitely been the most fun I've had doing pretty much anything, is these big Diamond League meets, and the European Championships that I've had this year.
There's a relationship with Renault in Berlin after the victory. The fact that it also has the same kind of view as you, gold in his backyard. Is that something you have in common and you talk?
Yeah. I went to train with him for about 2 weeks this summer, before the Paris Diamond League meet, and you know, he's been my idol ever since I was, I think, 9 years old when he jumped 6 meters for the first time. So yeah, a whole 9 years ago, and you know, I think that he's one of, if not the best to ever pole vault, and so I thought that just kind of being able to go train with him and him allowing me to even go there was just kind of an honor, and you know, I knew I was going to learn a lot because he's been doing it for a long time also, and he knows a lot, and you know, I think that it could have been a different result in Berlin if I wouldn't have went for those 2 weeks to go train with him.
Okay, one last question for Mondo.
We know that you were born in the States, you grew up there and had scholarship, but why did you choose to have the Swedish nationality when you compete?
Yeah, well, you know, I grew up competing for my my grandparents were kind of the head of this little club in Sweden called Ikastal in Avesta, and you know, I had a lot of childhood memories growing up there for the summers and a little bit in the winters that I would compete for them, and you know, I just had a great memory of kind of just track and field in general in Sweden, and it just kind of, it felt right.
Okay.
He had one more though.
I'll get one very, very last question then. Yeah.
You talked about having set yourself goals over the years, and you've achieved those and probably gone beyond them. Have you and your dad sat down and worked out a plan for the next 2 or 3 years through to Tokyo? Have you got goals like, you know, gosh, a world record?
I mean, of course, you know. I mean, we would be lying if we didn't want to break the world record or the Olympic goal. But if I'm being honest, we're not that scientific with it. You know, we don't have this big master plan for Tokyo right now. You know, I know, especially because it's 2 years away. You know, we have a whole upcoming season next year, and I have a meet tomorrow. You know, we try not to kind of overthink things, especially when we don't need to. And you know, it's, I guess at the end of the day, for me and him, it's just pole vaulting. It's what we've been doing for 14 years now. You know, it's getting a little different now because we haven't had to really kind of build up for this kind of peak meet or that we have to now, like I had to for the European Championships. But you know, I think my mom and my dad and me, we did pretty well this year for it. And you know, I guess we're still learning. We're still learning how the training should work and how I should feel for that championship meet. But you know, I think we're on the right path to, should be good in Tokyo, around there and all that. It's good.
You're on the right path, absolutely. Thank you again, Mondo, for coming here to this press conference. We wish you all the best for tomorrow. Good luck tomorrow. Enjoy our Belgium crowd, and also good luck in the future. Thank you again. Okay, and we can welcome Nafissatou Thiam to the stage. Hello, Nafi, and welcome here in Brussels. Nafi, let's go back again to those European Championships in Berlin. You were the big favorite to start, of course. You had a little bit difficult first day, and then you did so well on your second day. Can you describe a little bit how this competition felt for you?
Yeah, well, that was difficult, like every championship, and it's true that the first day was not like perfect one. It was difficult, especially in the morning. But that's the heptathlon. There is 7 events, and that's always what I say after the first day when it's going good. Everybody is very enthusiastic, and I always say, "Yeah, that's 7 events. Anything can happen." And that was the same this time. It didn't start good, but everything can still happen after a first day.
Do you enjoy this European title as much as your Olympic and your world title? Is it the same feeling?
I think it's all the time different because every year the situation evolved, and it's never the same for me when I start a championship now. It was even more pressure than the years before. And yeah, that competition was tough too for me. I think more in the head than the other ones. But of course I enjoy it a lot, and I cannot really compare it. But I'm super proud, like the world and the Olympic title.
Yes, it's an amazing result. We were talking with Mondo Duplantis about, all the attention that follows a great result like you had. Do you ever get used to that? To all the attention, the fuss that follows a big title?
Well, after the competition, I think it's easier than before. I think that's what the most difficult. When it's done, you have to enjoy. And for me, when a season was so good, it's not really hard for me. But it's really before the championship, like this time, I felt a lot of pressure, and in London too, and that was not really enjoyable for me because, you know, sport has always been a pleasure, and that everybody is waiting so much from you. I think you more focus on that, or too much focus, more than you should, about what people are waiting from you. Then, yeah, I think you should be focused on your competition and what you think you are able to do, and not what other people think you're able to do.
Yeah, and now you are here in Brussels. What does it mean to you to be able to perform and say hello to all those people that have been shouting and cheering for you behind their television screen? What does it mean to you?
For me, it's always a pleasure. Like every year, my main goal is the championship, and after the championship, everybody knows it's the season for me. It's finished. But I always come here to Brussels because I think that's awesome to have such a big competition here in Belgium. And yeah, I want to say thank you. I want to enjoy the last competition of the year with the Belgian fans who has been supporting me all year and 4 years already.
Do you feel that energy of the crowd while you're competing? Do you feel that?
Yeah, of course. I think every athlete, when you compete in your own country, that's always something special. And unfortunately in Belgium, I'm not sure we're going to ever have championships, but at least we have the memorial, and we can be in our own country competing and feel that support from the public.
You're doing the high jump, huh? How do you feel? How high do you think you can jump tomorrow?
I don't know. As I said, my season is done, so of course I've been staying active, doing little joggings and a bit in the gym, but not really trainings on the track. So I feel good, and I think I'm able to do something nice, but I'm not expecting a big performance.
2-meter jump? Do you think it will be possible?
I don't think so.
Even with the crowd behind you?
Maybe, you never know, you never know.
No, you never know. Okay. Any other questions for Nafi?
Have you seen Tiana for the latest post about the event?
Yeah, after the championship, I saw it and I read it on Twitter. And it was really interesting to see how athletes of different events see your event, the heptathlon. And yeah, she could link the way heptathletes do during their competition with outside life. So I think that was very interesting to read. Yeah. I think I never saw it, like I said, from outside, link it from outside the competition. So I never went that far, but I think from many points it was true. Yeah.
Tomorrow you will high jump, and what if not high jump for the next single event you interested in?
Sorry, I don't.
Next single event you interested in after high jump?
I don't know. Like for me, that's really last. I'm not sure I get the question, but that's the last.
I think you mean what other discipline do you prefer after high jump? You prefer high jump and then long jump, javelin?
I like high jump, but I'm not sure I like it more than javelin or shot put. I like really all the events. I'm doing high jump outside of heptathlon because that's the event I'm the best at, and that's really the event I can still compete in Diamond Leagues because I have the level. But yeah, if I would have the level in something else, I would do it too because I really like all the events.
Nafi, you've now had the time to let the Grand Slam sink in. Do you kind of feel fulfilled having now these 3 major titles?
As I said, I'm really super proud, and that's really a great achievement. Everything went so fast those last years. But I don't feel like I did it all and I can stop. As I said, my goal is always, never has been title or medal. It was always to get better and to see until where I can go. So for me, it's not done. That's my main goal.
Some other questions? Okay then. Thank you very much, Nafi, for coming. All the best tomorrow. Enjoy it, and all the best for the future.